In the 1990s, a young bride named Lean married into a small village far from home. Soon after, she gave birth to a daughter. Her husband worked away, sending money back every year. Raising a child alone was hard. But food was never a problem. Life felt almost peaceful. Near her house stood an old well, sealed under a dying tree with a massive stone slab. Wild grass choked its edges. Just looking at it made her skin crawl. Even in blazing summer heat, villagers never rested near that well. Not once. If children wandered too close, parents yanked them away, faces pale with fear. Something inside that well, people believed, could eat a person alive. Lean once asked her husband what happened there. He refused to answer. He only warned her, never go near that well alone. That warning only made her more curious and more afraid. Near the well ran a small river where villagers washed their clothes. Every time she knelt there, she felt eyes watching her. From behind, she turned around. Nothing. Single time. One foggy morning, that feeling returned stronger than ever. She turned toward the well. Through the mist stood a small figure, a little girl. Two tiny pigtails. Face hidden in fog. Whose child is this? Lean called out. No answer. She stepped closer. A gust of wind tore the fog apart. Nobody was there. Then came a laugh. Small, childish. Coming from inside the sealed well. Lean ran and never looked back. After that, she never washed clothes alone again. Months later, with no one to watch her daughter, she brought her to the river. She finished washing. Turned around. Her daughter was gone. She ran toward the well and froze. The stone slab had been moved. That boulder weighed hundreds of pounds. No one in the village could lift it alone. Her daughter was inside, barely floating above the water. She screamed for help. Every villager who heard the well refused to come near. Only one man dared, her husband's old friend, Hi. He climbed down and pulled her out. The girl didn't cry. She just sat quietly, playing with her hair tie. Within days, everything changed. She stopped being herself. She'd sit motionless for hours, mutter words no one understood. Some nights, she shot upright, in bed, staring straight at her mother. Doctors gave medicine. Nothing worked. She only grew worse. Desperate, a neighbor whispered about a healer 30 miles south, a medium named Batam. Batam pulled back the girl's eyelids. A thin red thread ran through each eye. Something filthy has taken hold of her, she said. Her instructions, a rooster over 5 years old. Its blood dripped onto the girl's shoulders and forehead while she slept. Rooster blood carries the strongest young energy, she explained. Enough to burn out whatever was hiding inside. Lean did exactly as told. She barely slept that night. By morning, the rooster lay dead. Her daughter sat there, cradling its body, smiling. Batam's face turned pale. Not even a rooster can scare this thing away. She needs something stronger. A godfather. Someone from beyond who can shield her. Batam explained, families with strong ancestral roots are protected in times of crisis. Ordinary families are not. Finding the right protector could seal her fate, literally, and save her. Batam handed her a bowl of rice, chopsticks, and a longevity lock engraved with the girl's birth date. Walk west. 20 miles. Find a village. Behind a bare, peeled tree, a house. Leave the rice and the lock at the door. If he accepts it, this will work. By nightfall, Lean reached the village. Something was deeply wrong. Dead leaves buried every path. Every tree stood stripped bare. Not a single soul in sight. Behind a giant peeled tree stood a small, worn-down house. She placed the rice bowl and the lock before the door, just as instructed. A wrinkled hand reached through the door crack and pulled the bowl inside. He ate like a starving man. His wife scolded him from inside. He ignored her. The lock slid back out, through the gap. Sealed shut. The deal was done. Then a voice from inside. Don't leave yet. Stay the night. That night, she heard what sounded like fighting outside. She told herself it was just wind. At dawn, she woke up in an open field. No walls. No house. Just gravestones all around her. And one grave, dug open, right beside where she'd slept. The lock around her daughter's neck had snapped in half. Her daughter ran off giggling. An unsettling grin stretched across her face. Lean rushed back to Ba-Tam. But Batam already knew everything. The old man visited me. In a dream, she said. He told me all of it. That old man wasn't alive. He was the chief of a ghost village. Even he couldn't hold back whatever is inside your daughter. Years ago, a brutal famine swept that village. Only the weak and elderly remained. One by one, they starved. The whole village died together. They aren't evil, Batam said. Just people who never got to rest. What's inside your something daughter far stronger. Now? A statue worshipped over 10 years, properly consecrated. Luckily, a neighbor owned exactly that. Lean borrowed it and hung it above her daughter's bed. As they left Batam's house, her daughter turned and spoke, cold and flat. Batam is going to die soon. That night, the statue caught fire on its own. Its eyes turned blood red. Below it stood her daughter, muttering a strange, sing-song rhyme. Into the dark. The next morning, Batam was found dead. Hanging, feet not touching the ground. No stool in sight. Lean ran, sobbing, and collided with an old Taoist priest. He looked at the girl. His face changed instantly. This isn't an ordinary spirit, he said. This is a vengeful ghost king, born from unbearable injustice. Even a Bo Tat won't dare interfere with something like this, but it isn't unbeatable. Find what it's grieving. Resolve that grief, and it will vanish on its own. They needed to know its origin. And that meant learning the well's true history. Years before, a brutal drought hit the land. Rivers dried. The well was the village's last water source. A rumor spread. A well. Dragon King was angry. Only a child sacrifice could calm it. A widow, unable to feed both her children, made an impossible choice. She told her young daughter they were going to buy hair ties. She led her to the well instead. The well surged with water. The village celebrated. Days later, it dried up again. More girls were sacrificed. Still, nothing worked until, finally, rain came on its own. After that, villagers began seeing a small ghost girl by the well, two pigtails, waiting for someone. The well was sealed with a massive stone. No one dared go near it again. The priest understood now. That little girl's spirit never truly left. She was still waiting for her mother. Seeing Lean and her daughter together, she mistook her for her own mother and took the girl's body. If she truly wanted to hurt them, the priest said, they wouldn't have survived this long. The only way to free her, find her real mother and let her bring hair. But the widow wasn't well. Her son had died in the famine anyway. She went mad with grief. They found her, cradling an old torn pillow like a baby, mumbling about her son's future. She had forgotten she'd ever had a daughter at all. The priest took a few drops of her blood and crafted a paper effigy soaked in it. Lean bought colorful hair ties and placed them in the effigy's hand. At noon, they tied her daughter to a large tree. The priest began to chant. The effigy rose and walked toward the girl like a puppet. Her daughter's eyes filled with longing. Her lips shaped the word mom, but no sound came out. A hazy shadow rose from the girl's body. Two faint pigtails. A small hand reaching for the hair tie. She took the effigy's hand and gripped it tight. Together, they walked toward the sunlight. The moment sunlight touched her, smoke hissed off her skin. She didn't let go. Her face slowly came into focus, a sweet little girl, smiling, tears sliding down her cheeks. She kept walking. Her body faded with every step. But her grip only tightened, until she dissolved completely, scattering into the wind at last. The old priest sighed, shook his head, and quietly walked away. Lean untied her daughter. The girl blinked, as if waking from a long dream. Mom, she whispered. Lean held her daughter close the entire walk home.